Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. Excuse me. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God and I love theology. I want to become a better principled person. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean that you don't have to deal with your consequences, good or bad. No one gets away from that. But if you have issues, bring them over to God's team. Turn it over to Him. He'll help you get through it. You don't have to be perfect. Love yourself. Because if you love yourself, if no one else loves you, if you love yourself, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. Never. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild. I focus on 3 major religious texts, the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering. And it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And everything we say and do has an effect on our senses. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to have to drink some of this tea. Excuse me a second. I've been just drinking a lot of tea. I've been really tired. This isn't the only thing that I do. And I got stuff, I know I have, released videos. I got other stuff I'm doing, And so I can't, but right now I'm just kind of tired. So I'm going to be visible as much as I can. But sometimes I might have to, I might not be as visible, but I'm going to still be visible. As often as I can. Because I have other stuff that I'm doing too, okay? But I want to be here for you. I want to make sure that, I give back, And I want to develop these channels into channels where it's like a community of us to get together, so we can hang out together. When I do my lives, I'm not going to have an agenda, always, mostly. I might be just kind of like hanging out, We could pretend like you're hanging out with me at the house, or you can pretend like I'm hanging with you wherever you're at, in your place, wherever you live, We could hang out, So I want it to be real lighthearted. Sometimes I'll have topics, when I go live, but mostly it's not for that. It's for people it's to open up for people to communicate back and forth with each other. That's my whole goal. And I have a hammock downstairs that I like to swing on and stuff like that. And so I might sit on my hammock sometimes, or whatever. Wherever I'm at, it doesn't matter. So that's what that's about. But anyway, let me drink some tea. Man, I've had to drink a lot of hot fluid. Anyway, it's wintry here. I'm back in the rotation for the Bible. I'm coming out of Mark chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 1. It goes all the way through 44, but I don't know how far I'm going to get. We'll see. I forget now that I'm just doing YouTube. I can stay on longer than 10 minutes. So my thing is I just want to deliver a message, for us all, for a lesson for today. And I don't have to be concerned about time. Whoever listens, listens. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. But at least I did my part to try to give back. Just remember, people, no one is perfect. We all fall. All of us. Everybody. Just, get rid of your demonish ways, though. I mean, you don't have to hurt people. There's no reason for that. Don't do that on purpose, When you set out to hurt people, there's something wrong with you for that. And you need to go get some help for that. If you I don't care who you are, high or low, care if you have money, if you're poor, and you're listening to me. If you're hurting people on purpose, there's something wrong with your mind. Okay? And you need to get some help for that. I said it. And I'm not going to take it back. Pray to God about it. How about that? Start there and let Him lead you. There's not going to be an excuse for people, Because all of us fall short. There ain't going to be a whole bunch of... Turn your ways around. Turn it around. It's up to you. No, you can't blame anybody. No, one person. No one can blame somebody else for how they behave. How you gonna do that? That doesn't even make sense. That's not gonna be an excuse. It's called personal choice. You made a choice. Do we have to live with our decisions we make? Yeah, all of us do, good or bad. Do I make bad decisions? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes. But I'm not going to keep going, though. I don't care. So what? I'll get past it. I'll go to God with it, and I'll leave it, and I'll keep on going. Yeah. That's that. It's just like that. And I try to forget about it. And if it keeps coming up, I keep taking it to God. I'm sorry. I repent. And I keep on going. And he began, Mark chapter 12, starting at verse 1. And he began to speak unto them by parables. A certain man planted a vineyard and set a hedge about it, and digged a place for the wine vat, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. And at the season he sent to the husbandmen a servant, that he might receive from the husbandmen of the fruit of the vineyard. So the owner of the property let somebody stay in this property and run the property in his absence, okay? Then when it came time for harvest, or to collect on whatever was agreed upon. That's where we're at. The owner sent one of his servants to go find out about his property and the people that was tending to his property, okay? And at the season he sent to the husbandman a servant, that he might receive from the husbandmen of the fruit of the vineyard. And they caught him and beat him and sent him away empty. So they stole from the man. They stole from the owner. And then they beat up his helper that was sent to get, their share of whatever they agreed upon. And they caught him and beat him and sent him away empty. That sounds just like you bullies and bad guys. Uh-huh. You get a taste of the good life, and you forget. You forget. Especially when it wasn't your seed. It wasn't your seed. And you tended it, but you became selfish. You forgot. You forgot. Again, he sent unto them another servant, and at him they cast stones and wounded him in the head and sent him away shamefully handled. Okay, bullies and bad guys. Thieves, criminals. Grab other people's things and act as though they're your things, like they belong to you. Like you have ownership of them, of it. And again he sent another, and him they killed, and many others, beating some and killing some. Wow. That's how you criminals are. That's how your mentality is. That's what you're still doing. You're already exposed. You're running around here looking like buffoons. Deceiving yourselves. All you're doing is setting up the time. Setting up the time. It's only going to be longer for you to suffer the longer you push back. Push back. Those of us living with God, we're going to keep going. We're going to be just fine. We're going to hold you accountable, though. So however long you want to take. But see, we're going to be just fine because we're with with God in the heavenly hosts. You're going to be troubled spirit. I wouldn't want to run around here every day with my spirit trouble, worry, and all that old crap. Because I mistreated somebody on purpose. Stole their stuff. Constantly. If I'm looking over my shoulders, it's for you bullies and bad guys, because I know you want to wipe me out. Because I'm telling your secrets, because you're criminals. So that's the only reason why I pay attention. Having yet therefore one son, his well-beloved, he sent him also last unto them, saying, they will reverence my son. But those husbandmen said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance shall be ours. Oh, really? Is it that simple, bullies and bad guys? Is it that simple? And they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. Oh, that's some trouble brewing. There's some big trouble brewing. There's some big trouble brewing. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandmen and will give the vineyard unto others. And have ye not read this scripture? The stone which the builders rejected has become the head of the corner. You say, what? And have ye not read this scripture? The stone which the builders rejected is become the head of the corner. Ah. And we're going to dog walk you. God's people, God's warriors are here to dog walk you. You brought it to this point. Thought it was funny, huh? Okay? Keep laughing. This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parables against them. And they left him and went their way. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words. And when they were come, they said unto him, Master, we know that thou art true and carest for no man. For thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of God in truth. It is lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not. Now, so these are people questioning God, and he was talking to them in parables and giving them examples. That's what the other things were examples of how people behave in situations. That's why I like reading. That's why I like theology, because you get to read about different types of scenarios. Human behavior is basically the same. Just the time periods. Shall we give or shall we not give? We're talking about paying taxes, okay? They asking, should we pay Caesar? Yeah, the Caesar. But shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. And they brought it. And he saith unto them, And he saith unto them, whose is this image and subscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. And Jesus answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. and they marveled at him. See, they tried to get him caught up. Wordplay. People do a lot of that. Words can be used for spells, you know. I never really thought about it like that so much until like recently though, but it's true. Then come unto him the Sadducees, which say there is no resurrection, and they asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, if a man's brother die and leave his wife behind him and leave no children, that his brother should take his wife and raise up seed unto his brother. Now we're talking, this is the Bible now. Okay, this is the Bible, the New Testament. And the second took her and died, neither left he any seed. And the third likewise. This is the Bible now. I hope there's somebody out here that's watching. Every now and then I see a couple of y'all. Hopefully there's some incogs on here too, you know. And the seven had her, and left no seed. Last of all, the woman died also. So he went through all those different people. Boom, 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 boom. It's the Old Testament. Who? The Christians. I mean the New Testament, excuse me. This is the New Testament, the Christians. In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? For the seven had her to wife. So she had 7 husbands. Or he had 7 wives. One of the two. Somebody explain it to me if you're in the comments, because this is my lesson. If anybody's listening, please explain it to me. And Jesus answered, because he's speaking in parables, you know. And in the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? For the 7 had her to wife. So I guess the brothers on this one, it must have been the brothers or something. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, somebody explain it to me if you know. And Jesus answered and said unto them, do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scriptures, neither the power of God? For when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but they are as the angels which are in heaven. Did you just hear that? Heavenly hosts. Thank you. I love you. In spite of myself. In spite of my faults. And as touching the dead that they rise, have ye not read in the book of Moses how in the bush God spake unto him, saying, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? Come on now. He all our Father. That's 3 major religions. What are we fighting for? Why? We're related. Hang on a second. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to do some more research on this. Yeah, that was, there's no reason for all of us to be fighting each other. We're related. Why would we fight our own relatives? Why would we do that? Why? It's just horrifying. He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err. He's saying they're alive. I thank the heavenly hosts. I do. I thank them for protecting me, I do. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. So if he's, there you go. He done already gave you, when we go back to the Old Testament, I'm gonna fumble my way through every word. All the names, I'm gonna massacre them, but I'm gonna try. And you're gonna see the lineages. There's no excuse. It's gonna really show them lineages. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. 3 of us major religions, there's no excuse. None. Because we're related. Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. I love God. I do. I love him. I appreciate everything I have to go through, but I still love him a lot. I trust God a lot with my life. I trust the heavenly host with my life. Whatever my situation I'm in, they're gonna help me figure it out, whatever it is. Because I know that everything happens for a reason. When you navigating through life like that, it makes it, even if stuff is messed up, it helps it make it easier for you to navigate through each situation then. Even if it is bad. I've been through a lot of bad stuff. Could have lost my life several times, but thank God I had to think and got out of it. I couldn't panic. Not right then. I've been through so much. People just think, and then to have people just terrorizing me, and I'm like, why? I'm trying to buy my own business. I don't understand. That's why I'm not going to let it go. I'm not. You think I'm going to let it go? No, I'm not. However long it takes. Okay? And I'm going to keep being okay. I'm going to still be okay. But I'm not going to let it go. However long it takes. Okay? But I'm going to keep living my life fully, happily, abundantly. If you don't like it, I don't care. Talk to God about it. And the second is namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Now, I got to work on that, because I have had people not treat me so well. I tried to go by this, and people just stomped and trampled all over me for that. So I'm going to have to work on this one. I got a lot of work to do now. I try to be, if I see an emergency or something, I would do the right thing. Okay? That's for sure. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there at 31. just remember what I said, you know, earlier. Sometimes if I can't be on every day, you know, I got some stuff coming up, so I'm, you know, I'm gonna be as visible as I can be, you know. I'm going to give back as much as I can, and I want the channel to be for everybody. And when I go lives, I'm not going to have an agenda always. I might sometimes, mostly not, because I want it to be a community live for people to be able to interact with y'all, to be able to interact with each other live. Okay? All right.